Welcome to today's explainer. Today, we're tackling this massive, honestly kind of invisible problem that affects pretty much all of us. We're talking about how to take back your focus before you lose literal years of your life to a glowing screen. So if you've ever felt like your days are just slipping through your fingers, you are in exactly the right place. Okay, let's dive into this.
I want to speak directly to you for a second. You know that feeling when you sit down at your desk, you fully intend to get to work, but somehow you end up doom scrolling for an hour? What's the first thing you tell yourself? You probably beat yourself up, right? You think you lack discipline or that you just don't have enough motivation to succeed. But according to our source material today, that is a complete myth. You do not have a motivation problem. You have an attention problem. Think about the last time you sat down to study or work or build something important. You probably told yourself, oh, I'll just check my phone for 2 minutes. But 2 minutes accidentally became 10. 10 accidentally became 30. And suddenly, you're watching a video about the life of someone you've literally never met, while the very thing you actually wanted to accomplish is just sitting there waiting for you. You didn't lose those 30 minutes because you chose to waste your life. You lost them because your attention was completely hijacked.
And here's why this is absolutely crucial to understand. Nobody steals your life in one grand dramatic heist. Life disappears quietly. It is the ultimate invisible thief. It's 1 hour of scrolling tonight, one postponed task tomorrow. It's telling yourself, I'll start Monday, or maybe I'll focus right after I finish this one video. And then Monday arrives and another video begins. If you aren't careful, entire months can just vanish without you even noticing.
Look at the contrast here. You might feel incredibly busy. You're consuming information, listening to podcasts, watching motivational content, saving all those productivity posts. You really feel like you're doing something. But being constantly stimulated feels dangerously similar to making actual progress, even though it definitely isn't. You can easily spend 3 hours consuming content about how to build a better life without spending even 30 minutes actually building one. So here's how this builds into a huge psychological trap. Your phone isn't just a communication device anymore. Your brain has basically learned to use it as an instant reward machine. Consider this distraction loop. First, you feel a moment of discomfort. Maybe you're bored, lonely, or anxious. Second, you reach for your phone. Third, you get a hit of stimulation that provides this temporary relief. And fourth, the discomfort eventually returns, and the whole cycle repeats. You are conditioning your brain to escape negative feelings instantly. And because of that constant loop, something really alarming happens to your baseline. Ordinary life starts feeling strangely dull. Reading a book feels agonizingly slow. Studying feels painful. Working quietly feels incredibly boring. Even just waiting in line for coffee feels impossible without looking at a screen. It isn't because you're inherently incapable of focusing, it's because you've literally trained your brain to expect interesting, novel stimulation every few seconds. Now imagine operating like this for years. Notice the hidden tax of constant restarts here. You start working, a notification pops up, and your attention breaks. You try to get back to your work, but part of your mind is still lingering on that notification. You aren't lazy. You're just constantly restarting, and every single restart drains your cognitive energy. This is exactly why 1 hour of deep, uninterrupted work is so much more effective, and honestly feels so much easier than 3 hours of fragmented stop-and-start activity. Which brings us to arguably the most dangerous sentence in the human language. I'll do it later. It sounds so harmless, right? But that is precisely why it quietly destroys so much potential. You don't say, I'm giving up on my dream. You just say, not today. You don't say, I want to waste the next 5 years of my life. You simply waste one evening, and then another. The danger is when a temporary delay turns into a permanent lifestyle. Section 1, 4 steps for deep focus. Rebuilding your ability to tolerate boredom.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that the good news is that you do not need to throw your smartphone in a river, delete all your accounts, and go live off the grid in the mountains to fix this. Here is our core, highly actionable playbook for today's explainer. These are the 4 specific steps you can use to rewire your brain and take your focus back. Let's break them down one by one.
Rule number 1 is practicing deliberate silence. For just 10 minutes a day, I want you to do absolutely nothing that involves stimulation. No music, no videos, no scrolling. Just go for a walk or sit outside and look around. Let yourself think. Now, at first, your brain is absolutely going to hate it. It's going to feel incredibly uncomfortable. But that's the whole point. You are actively teaching your brain, hey, I do not need digital input every single second of the day. Rule number 2, make distraction harder. Do not rely on sheer willpower, because willpower always eventually runs out. Instead, you've got to design your environment. Turn off all non-essential notifications. Keep your phone in another room while you work. If a distracting app requires 3 extra steps to open, like logging in every single time or burying it in a folder, that extra friction is often totally enough to interrupt your brain's automatic habit of just opening it. Rule number 3 is single tasking. Our brains really need practice staying with just one thing. When you eat, just eat. When you study, just study. When you have a conversation, actually listen to the other person. Start small with just a 20-minute timer. Give all your sustained attention to one single task, on one screen if necessary, without any unnecessary switching back and forth. And rule number 4. Okay, this is the hardest truth, but definitely the most important one. Stop using your screen as an emotional escape. The next time you feel frustrated, anxious, lonely, or bored, do not immediately reach for your phone. Just wait. Give it 60 seconds. Notice that discomfort. You don't even have to fix the feeling. Just sit there and experience it. Because being able to sit with your own discomfort for 1 single minute without running away is the actual literal beginning of discipline. Section 2, the 30-minute reset. Take immediate action today. So how do we apply this right now? I want to transition from theory to immediate application with a real challenge for you to try out today. Here are the exact steps. First, physically put your phone somewhere out of casual reach, like across the room or even in a drawer. Second, pick exactly 1 task you've been postponing. Not 10 tasks, literally just 1. Third, set a timer for 30 minutes. And finally, actually work. No quick searches, no switching apps, no looking up motivational quotes to get pumped up. Just do the thing. When the timer goes off, you stop. And remember, the output of this session doesn't need to be revolutionary. So the crucial point is that the output of this work isn't the main goal here at all. This 30-minute exercise simply proves something vital to yourself. It proves that your attention still belongs to you. You are still the one in the driver's seat of your own mind. We really have to let go of this idea that we need to wait for inspiration to strike. Real progress rarely begins with a perfect feeling. You don't need more motivation. You don't need a flawless, highly aesthetic morning routine. Discipline is simply looking at a task and saying, I don't feel like doing this right now, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Even when something easier and way more colorful is screaming for your attention. I want to leave you with an emotional anchor to hold on to today. Just imagine yourself 5 years from today. You are going to reach that date regardless of what you do. The only question is, what will you have done with your attention between now and then? Are you going to remember the endless, mindless scrolling, the random comment section arguments? Absolutely not. But you will remember the books you finished, the skills you mastered, and the life you actually lived out in the real world. Because whatever receives your attention receives a piece of your life. So tonight, before you automatically tap to open the next app, just pause for a second. Ask yourself if this is really what you want to trade the next hour of your life for. Nobody is coming to give your time back. Protect your focus, and you protect your life. Taking control of the next few minutes might just change the entire direction of your future. So what will you choose to focus on the moment this explainer ends?